He was very hard of hearing, he was dull and domineering, misogynist, cantankerous and vain. He hit the bottle every night, he hit my grandma out of spite, and those stories about his bunions were a pain. But all that's now forgotten once he took his final breath. Yes, even pricks turn into top blokes after death.
G'day, welcome back to the Diaries, where I have a very slow and boring game of Mercenary Team Death Match on Derail. The only reason I would bother posting a game on Derail is for the campers. And believe you me, they are out in full force. And it wasn't just this map encouraging them to camp, the lobby was infested with campers. But I was as happy as a pig in shit because I love campers. And right now I'm going to start off being my usual flanker wanker self, and that shot there, that was just a noob and his gun making noise. I didn't think anyone was there. I just shot the gun because I think the ACR makes such a pretty sound. Simple as that. Anyways, this game was one of the first matches I played today, so I hadn't figured out the full extent of the campers and their utter lack of motivation to move from their camping grounds. So right in here I'm playing very cautiously. I'm looking around the bushes expecting to run into a fellow flanker wanker, but I don't have to worry about that. I'm safe because it seems the entire enemy team was hell-bent on camping, and no matter how many C4s and T-bags you have to throw around, they will not be deterred. And here is camper hotspot number 1 on this side of the map. Empty, but, ooh, look what I found. Bugger. The arse has dropped out of that plan already. I fell off. I could have sworn he would have heard that, but that's how hell-bent he is on camping. Look at this. C4, T-bag, boom. Now that is an awesome way to start off your game. But unfortunately, I fell off the roof doing my little stunt, and I just realised I have scavenger on, so I could have got myself another C4 charge, which is one of my favourite toys next to the sticky bomb. But unfortunately, coming back to get that C4 is going to backfire in my face, because that is the same camper I just detonated about a minute ago. He came back for revenge. I was still dawdling in his area, and good on him, he got me. And that, gentle viewers, marks my first noob move of the game. Unless, of course, you count the ACR spraying right at the beginning, but that wasn't too bad, was it? You'll forgive me for that. And even though that camper succeeded in getting revenge on me, I plan on getting some payback on my own, because that was pretty embarrassing to be killed by that very camper. And there he is right there. One of my teammates have already cleaned him up, so I gave him a quick teabag. But I had to get the hell out of there because I heard someone shooting at me. But if they didn't aim at me, that would have been a good 10 seconds of baggery right there I had in mind. But anyway, there's another camper over there near them generators. This map is littered with hotspots, by the way. You spend so much time running around, trekking everywhere, but you spend most of that time under the watchful eye of some noob camper scope, so. But anyway, I just heard the Barrett go off again, a very distinctive sound. And he booby-trapped his area, as you would expect from any serious self-respecting camper, and whoa, once again, I am deceased. Ham sandwich. But anyways, you know exactly where I'm going and what I have in mind. Yep, I'll be going back to his camping grounds to fold up his tent. I'm almost there and I can still hear him. He's shooting up a storm. Ooh, and he has a friend with him. This is just about. There he is right there. Teabag. Throwing knife. If I was him, I would be bloody embarrassed. Anyways, I just found an RPD laying on the ground and thought I'd borrow that from whoever the deceased person was, and it's already done me a little bit of good, but unfortunately, this right here is where Derail starts to rear its ugly, boring ass head, because I think after clearing out those campers and his little friend, they've completely switched to the other side of the map, so I'll be spending the next 4 or so years looking for someone to shoot. But anyway, at least considering how high their camping tendencies are, they should all be bunched up together. They have plenty of gunfire, there's one of them. And he had a friend with him. This is almost too easy. Even a noob can tear up the campers. I've got a predator missile. But yeah, I was pretty much right in their spawn, and that was my downfall. But anyway, I'm more than happy with the effort I'm putting in. Very good showing by my standards. Predator only gets the one camper, but again, look at this, Derail. It's so annoying because look at where I spawned, right on the opposite side of the map. You couldn't have put me any further away from the action. And I don't know if I have ADD or something, but I get really impatient if nothing's going on. And so of course, I'm switching to my Speedy Gonzalez class, which is Marathon, Lightweight, and Ninja, I think. And on Derail, it really helps to move around as quick as possible, providing you want to get more than 2 kills per game. But oh, look at that. That guy returned to the exact same position that he got C4'd in. And he got teabagged there again after a throwing knife, see? That is just insane. You cannot deter these campers. I've done my fair share of camping in my time, but it's the fear of players like me who actively hunt out campers that prevent me from camping on a regular basis, because how embarrassing would it to be die like that, getting teabagged, throwing off, C4, and all that jazz. But back when I started out playing online, I would camp religiously. I didn't have the nerves to run and gun, and this was back at World at War. And I would rely very heavily on bouncing betties to get pretty much all of my kills, because I was that hopeless. I couldn't even consistently do well with an MP40. And if you played World at War, you would have definitely heard everyone banging on about how overpowered that gun is, even though it never really bothered me. But they do have a point, because even to this day, if you go online at World at War, it's still the most common weapon, because everyone uses it. And right there I'm teabagging. I followed that dude for a while, but I was starting to get a bit paranoid because I was convinced he was going to turn around and see me, so I ended up shooting him. But this seems to be a hot spot. Look, everyone on that side of the map is set up to camp. It's not just some one-off dude having a field day. They're all in on it. It's just one big jamboree complete with marshmallows over there. I mean, I've been in some pretty camper-heavy games in my time, but this is definitely one of the more prominent ones, and that's saying something. But it looks like my team are starting to think a bit like me, because they're patrolling this area. Look at them go. They're wandering around a lot of places you normally wouldn't look for someone who is playing the game in a run and gun style. They know that there's a lot of camping going on. It's not just me going having fun with it. Seems like the whole gang's getting in on it. And seeing so we're on that side of the map, I'm assuming they would have switched yet again, and we have yet another trek in front of us. And they haven't been camping in that middle building I just shot an RPG at, and that's usually another really big camper hotspot. So I'm just launching madly at that. Usually when you do that, you'll get lucky with some pretty awesome kills, but for some reason they avoided that building pretty much the remainder of the game. I can't remember seeing anyone from my team or anyone on the enemy team go in there. Everything seems to be outside, which is kind of strange for campers, but whatever. With Modern Warfare 2's lifespan pretty much being at the end of its rope with Black Ops looming on the horizon, people are really starting to do some funny things with their gameplay style. Like those Marathon Lightweight Commando campers. It wasn't just that day either. I played afterwards, a couple of days later, and there were still people doing that. What the hell? It's like, for some reason that's a new trend, but it's so impractical. Why would you put Marathon and Lightweight on someone who is standing still? That's a waste of perks. That's just pointless, but Oh, look at him. He's still trying to camp. Still going up those stairs. And this upcoming moment is a real throwback to the third entry of the diaries. Remember my knifing Congo line with the that? Well, it just happened. Again. And that couldn't have got any funnier because that was a full ghillie Congo line except for me. I was the only one not wearing a ghillie suit. 3 monkeys were involved in that. I got 2. And the third one got me, slashed me with his banana. And that completed, hands down, the best Congo line I've ever been involved in. I mean, I've never been to Hawaii, but until that happens, there is going to be some pretty stiff competition for Congo lines in the future. But anyway, completely irrelevant. The game's nearly over, we're winning. Scratch that, we won. Game's over. Guess that's what happens when you have a full enemy team of campers. And shock horror, once again, I went positive. And I think my biggest noob move was not muting that annoying kid who wouldn't shut up the whole game. Once again, big thank you goes out to the coalition of bloody legends. And amazingly, there are still some noob sympathisers out there. We've had a few new additions. Sean Ryan, Master Riku, Tommy Versetti, Do Shande, I'm sure I got that name wrong, and Kim. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll be seeing you next time for the next entry of Diary of a Noob Man. Peace and love.